Hey, so this is part two on our coverage of the Bipartisan Senate Report, Volume 2 on Russian interference. Why am I covering this, by the way? I'm covering this because the focus is on China and the claims that China is currently helping Biden to win election, which our intelligence community is saying that this is currently not something that they're seeing. But we have proof that Russia assisted Donald Trump in the 2016 election, and they're saying that they're doing it again. Throughout this, I'm going to cover why I believe that is absolutely factual. So last episode we covered Paul Manafort. This episode I'm going to talk about Roger Stone. Of course, I'm just going to go through the Wikipedia. Like I stated, the Wikipedia, you could click on the highlighted entries, words, and see further information on them. So it allows you to follow along if that's what you want to do. These are pretty short videos because all I do is I cover the basics. Most of the information is actually going to come from the 930 something pages of the report, although a lot of that is redacted. It's so repetitive, so we'll try to keep it as entertaining as possible. Roger Stone. So Roger Stone was just pardoned recently, wasn't he? Who pardoned him? Roger Stone is an American conservative political consultant and lobbyist. In November 2019, subsequent to the Mueller report and special counsel investigation, he was convicted on 7 counts, including witness tampering and lying to investigators. On February 20th, 2020, he was sentenced to 40 months in prison. Sentence was commuted by President Donald Trump on July 10th, 2020. Since the 70s, Stone worked on the campaigns of Republican politicians Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, Jack Kemp, Bob Dole, George W. Bush, and Donald Trump. In addition to frequently serving as a campaign advisor, Stone was previously a political lobbyist. In 1980, he co-founded a Washington, D.C. based lobbying firm with Paul Manafort and Charles Black Jr. The firm recruited Peter G. Kelly and was renamed Black Manafort, Stone, and Kelly. It sounds like one of the worst 70s glam rock bands ever. Anyway, glam rock that's not really 70s. Anyway, during the 80s, BMSK became a top lobbying firm by leveraging its White House connections to attract high-paying clients, including U.S. corporations and trade associations, as well as foreign governments. By 1990, he was one of the leading lobbyists for American companies and foreign organizations. A longtime friend of Donald Trump, Stone has been variously described as a self-proclaimed dirty trickster, a renowned infighter. That means he don't really care if he's on your team. He's gonna do what he wants. A seasoned practitioner of hard-edge politics, a mendacious windbag, a veteran Republican strategist, and a political fixer. So all of these have footnotes. When you click on the footnotes, it'll show you where the articles and videos or whatever they are sourcing from comes from. Over the course of the 2016 Trump presidential campaign, Stone promoted a number of falsehoods and conspiracy theories. And we'll cover some of these as we're going through the article. Okay? So as I see, Roger Stone keeps pushing the Seth Rich conspiracy theory despite family pleas. So Seth Rich was one of the scapegoats that they tried to say released the documents that the Russian hackers retrieved. Seth Rich was murdered in D.C., and so conspiracy theories claim that he was murdered by the Clintons to cover up malfeasance. It's these people. Inside the 6 weeks, Donald Trump was a nonstop birther. In Donald Trump, conspiracy fans find find a campaign to believe in. Yes, in 2020, 3 years later, it's the same bullshit, even worse. As Trump and Clinton clash, two operatives duke it out in their shadows. How Alex Jones, conspiracy theorist extraordinaire, got Donald Trump's ear. He threw a stone at him. Oh, 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 oh. Schooled on Benghazi and Pizzagate, Trump team is heavy on conspiracy theorists. That's 2016. Still talking about Pizzagate, which is a QAnon issue, and then Benghazi. Um, Benghazi is a totally different story that I'm not going to cover at this time. But basically, they held Clinton and also the Obama administration um, responsible, and the Senate committee, the completely Republican Senate committee, was unable to convict. Latest from the Trump conspiracy factory: Bill Clinton's black son. You know what? Even if he did have a black son, then good on him. That's inclusion. Trump allies, WikiLeaks, and Russia are pushing a nonsensical conspiracy theory about the DNC hacks. That just kind of gives you an idea of the BS that he's been spouting. He has described his political modus operandi as attack, 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 never defend, and admit nothing, deny everything, launch counterattack. Stone first suggested Trump run for president in early 1998 while he was Trump's casino business lobbyist in Washington. The Netflix documentary film Get Me Roger Stone focuses on Stone's past and his role in Trump's presidential campaign. It's worth a watch. Check it out if you have Netflix. Okay. The reason why we're covering these is because these are the people that we're going to talk about time and time and time again as the push for information that is damaging to the Clinton campaign that was garnered from Republican sources is laid out in front of us. Stone officially left the Trump campaign in August 8th, 2015. However, two associates of Stone have said he collaborated with WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange during the 2016 presidential campaign to discredit Hillary Clinton. The bipartisan Senate report goes into that in so much detail. Okay, so I'm not really going to go into that a lot at the moment. Nearly 3 dozen search warrants were unsealed in April 2020, which revealed a web of contacts between Stone, Assange, and other key 2016 Russian interference figures. And we'll see them as our cast of characters. And that Stone orchestrated hundreds of fake Facebook accounts and bloggers to run a political influence scheme on social media. On January 25th, 2019, Stone was arrested at his Fort Lauderdale, Florida home in connection with Robert Mueller's special counsel investigation and charged in an indictment with witness tampering, obstructing an official proceeding, and 5 counts of making false statements. Stone was convicted on all 7 felony accounts in November 2019 and was sentenced to 40 months in prison. And then on July 10, 2020, days before he was scheduled to report to federal prison, so he didn't serve anything really, Trump commuted Stone's sentence. On August 17, 2020, he dropped the appeal of his convictions. Okay? I mean, the guy worked on the whole Watergate issue, okay? The Richard Nixon Foundation later claimed that Stone had been a 20-year junior scheduler on the campaign and that to characterize Stone as one of Nixon's aides or advisors was a gross misstatement. They distanced themselves from this man, okay? Look up in the paragraph underneath the header here. According to Stone, during the day he was officially a scheduler in the Nixon campaign, but by night I'm trafficking in the black arts. Nixon's people were obsessed with intelligence. He maintains that he never did anything illegal during Watergate. Now, of course you didn't, Roger. In any case, this guy is littered throughout our document. Get to be familiar with him if you haven't gotten sick of him already. That's his his beautiful face there. Anyway, I'm at WIKWEKO on Twitter, indigenouspatriot.com. This is the second in a series of videos where we'll cover the cast of characters involved in the Russian interference scheme of 2016, and also where we'll cover the actual unredacted portions of the document itself. Thank you for following along. If you enjoy, please share and subscribe. It helped me out. Thank you.